Xerox in January of '79, and in June of that year was sitting in my apartment in Boston alone in the nighttime, consulting for DEC, far away from my friends in Palo Alto, sitting at my Selectric typewriter with a thing next to me that connected to the wall through a wire and had a round thing that you spun, and it made a ringing sound, and I picked it up, and it was a guy named Steve from a company named Apple in Cupertino, not one of which I had ever heard of before, including Cupertino, I might add. And Steve, this person, Steve, had heard from people that I was a networking expert, and he wanted one of those at his company, and would I come down to Cupertino and deal with him? But I had started 3Com the week before, so I went down to meet with Steve and declined his invitation to discuss going, and instead I presented my idea for how to network his computers, and I called it Orchard. That is a true story. So Steve, that was an engineer's concept of marketing, and Steve did not buy Orchard, but Steve did something which surprises most people when they hear it. He did not get angry with me for wanting to start my own company. He immediately started helping me start my own company. He introduced me to Bob Noyce, his investors. He introduced me to Regis McKenna, the guy who came up with the Apple logo, was my advertising PR guy, thanks to Steve. So Steve, all through the 80s, was very helpful to me and my company, and so there's nothing, I have not a single bad thought about. He was a jerk, but it's a package deal. That man's genius and his jerkiness were inseparable. You couldn't have one without the other. So I'm a big fanboy of Steve Jobs.